Hey, sports fans, it's your guy Pop here from Pop's Gaming on TikTok, YouTube, and on Facebook. Please follow all three. And once in a great while, I'll post something on my Instagram as well. Let's talk about something. Y'all all know I love professional sports. I love professional sports. I love college sports. And I especially love the NFL, and I especially love the WWE and wrestling and stuff like that. I'm a huge wrestling fan, huge NFL fan. Love college football. I follow other sports too, MLB, NBA. I'm not as big of into all that as I am the other three: the college football, the NFL, and the wrestling. This weekend, I'm sure y'all have all seen a lot of posts on it on TikTok already and YouTube and other thing. Friday, they let Vince McMahon go from the WWE. Okay. A few hours before that, they announced The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, movie star, ex WWE guy, become a huge executive like director of TKO Sports, which is in partnership with Endeavor, which Endeavor is now the owner of WWE. They have been for a while. And Endeavor also owns UFC. Okay. Within probably a couple of hours of The Rock becoming this big executive for TKO, not long after that, Vince McMahon was sent freaking packing over allegations over all the crap that's been going on over the last few years and all that. He is like basically what. Remember when Vince McMahon got on there and did what he did with Chris Benoit and made it clear Chris Benoit would never be in the WWE Hall of Fame because of what he did with his family? That has basically happened to Vince McMahon. He cannot be inducted to the Hall of Fame for WWE, even after all the 40 years he's put in to work for it over these allegations. He's basically trespassed from WWE Productions, but I am glad that they kept Triple H. I don't know what the fate is with Stephanie and Shane yet. There hasn't really been much news on it. But because Triple H has been doing such a wonderful job, he has been handed complete control of creative. Okay? Complete control. He's making $9 million a year. Basically, they made his contract $9 million a year, and he has full control of say and whatever happens. And you know that Vince don't allow outside people to come into his organization. You don't see, except NXT. You know NXT's part of WWE. You don't see AEW guys there. Like AEW guys let independent guys come in and wrestle, and they don't mind, like New Japan guys and all that. Well, what this did, this opened the door, and I told everyone this a few months ago. If you look back on some videos, WWE was working out a deal where they were either going to be in partnership or they were going to own TNA Impact, which used to go by Impact, and they switched back to TNA. Okay, now they're back to TNA. No, they're no longer called Impact. And at the Royal Rumble, they brought the TNA Impact females women champion and put her in the Royal Rumble. And her name is Jordynne Grace. If y'all don't know her, she's the one that beat Naomi, which over at Impact she went by Trinity. Naomi is back in WWE as well, and since she's back in WWE, they pretty much gave her the option: hey, do you want to come in here and go under Trinity, or do you want to stick with Naomi? Well, she wanted to go back in the WWE as Naomi because everyone at the WWE knows her as Naomi. It's basically how it was. And y'all all know she's married to one of the Uso twins. But anyway, so as far as that goes, they brought in some TNA wrestlers. They grabbed Andrade, that used to be at WWE and went to AEW, and is now back at WWE, and he was in the Royal Rumble as well. If y'all don't know who Andrade is, you know his wife very well. It's It's Charlotte Flair. That's Andrade's wife. It's Charlotte Flair. And, it had to have been hard for him and Charlotte to be wrestling for two different organizations. And he left just not long after his own father-in-law went to AEW. Now, with The Rock doing the TKO thing, now he, as y'all all know, he co-owns XFL. They went in partnership with the USFL. They are no longer called the XFL or USFL. They are now called the UFL. The XFL and the USFL combined together. So The Rock is also an owner in that. So is Greg Olson he's an ex tight end from the professional football. He's an ex tight end from professional football. Him and Greg Olson runs the UFL. And now he's part ownership of TKO, which owns in partnership with Endeavor. So he basically has partnership and partial ownership of WWE, sort of, kind of, I guess you can say. Not really ownership, just high power. So, you guys have got to follow JDNY206 on YouTube. He calls it like I do. I'm not as big into AEW as he is. He says pretty much all the same shit I do. The only thing is I'm not as big as he is. But I agree with everything he says. And, I mean, he calls it down. He basically calls the shots like I do. I mean, I've been saying this shit for months. And that's like I told my wife. I never posted this on social media or anything. I knew XFL and USFL were going to fucking combine together. It was bound to happen. And as of tonight, the professional sports event is set for Super Bowl 58. It is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. Kansas City basically made Baltimore kind of shoot themselves in the foot. There was plays that Baltimore did that they shouldn't have done. There was plays that Detroit did they shouldn't have done. When Detroit went for that 4th and 3, when they should have kicked a field goal to tie the game, I thought that was a horrible decision. Why not take points? I mean, maybe they didn't have any faith in their field goal kicker kicking a 50-plus yard field goal. I don't know. But to me, as a coach, I would have took points to tie the game. And then you possibly go into overtime because you saw what happened on the next drive. The Lions drove down and scored. Same with Baltimore. They had plenty of chances to win this game. They were in scoring position numerous times. And just shot themselves in the foot. Did y'all see the look on Lamar Jackson's face on the sideline? It looked like he was ready to strangle somebody. But your Super Bowl 58 is set. It is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the 49ers in Las Vegas on February the 11th. And I'm telling you guys right now, Vegas, I've seen videos of stuff on Vegas already. They are starting to already set up for this crap where the Bellagio fountains are. They're not running them right now. Room rates I hear are out the ass. So if you're trying to get a room over there, if you plan on going, if you're a KC fan or if you're a 49ers fan, I hear rooms are outrageously priced. So, anyway, Vince is gone from WWE. He's basically trespassed. And on the Royal Rumble, where y'all saw Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's part of ESPN, and he comes out every once in a while on WWE. Because of the bullshit going on with Brock Lesnar possibly being involved in these allegations, Pat McAfee took Brock Lesnar's spot. Brock Lesnar is supposed to be number 22. Yeah, is it 22? Yeah. Brock Lesnar was supposed to be 22, but they gave it to Pat McAfee over the Brock Lesnar thing. I mean, it's sports entertainment. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you're at a casino, remember, you can't win if you don't spin. I love you. Pop out.